Everyone. I'm your ML mentor Yash Sinha. I'll be just telling you about the stock price prediction project. It is pretty much small and won't take much time. I will just present for you. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
And more, could you tell me if my screen is visible or not?
Yes, it
Yes,
is
yes, it's
visible.
visible.
Okay, great. So for stock price prediction, we'll be using this data set NAC Tata Global Beverages Limited. So we will be doing a very simple thing that from this date, we would be training our model on this date and this close column. So for example, on 27/9/2018, the close value of the stock was 233.25. Then on 26/9/2018, the close value of the stock was 234.25. So basically, we will be only using these two columns for the stock price prediction predictor, which, for example, we will use from the first to the 1100th row for training and the rest of them for testing, which I will show you later on from a diagram also. So I will be showing you the code from the site itself. So first of all, we'll be just importing all the libraries, which is very quite simple. And here we will read the data set, which was this, by using the command pd.read_csv and the name of the dataset, or in if you would using it in your own computer, we would be writing the whole location of this dataset. So we'll be storing this dataset in df variable, and we'll just do df.head, and its first five columns, its first five rows will be showed here. So it's just the same. We are just using it here. Now we will be just making a diagram for it so that we can analyze it and how the stocks are growing and how it's getting low. So first of all, this for this date column, this is a string. So we can't just use a string to train a neural network. So we'll have to convert it to date time format, which is present in pandas. So that's what we will do. That df date is equal to pd.datetime, df.date format is equal to year, month, and date. So that will be all, and we'll be just making a figure of this. So here we can see that we have the data from somewhere mid 2013 to almost end of 2018. And on some particular day of 2014, the close price is about 155 or 160 most probably. Then it goes down till the least value in somewhere in 2016 of about 110, and it attains its maximum value somewhere in 2018 of somewhat 320 or 315. Now we will be using all the values till 2018 as training data. That means we'll be training our model on all of this data till 2018, and we'll try to predict this data, which is already there, but we'll use the same data so that we can see the accuracy of the model, that how good it is. So first of all, for training data, we need the data to be sorted in the according to the date, because the data can't be like the first row is for 2016 and the next row is for 2014 and the next row is for 2018. We need to make it, we need to sort it from exactly from 2014 till the last date. So for that, we will simply do data is equal to df dot sort index ascending equals to true, which means that it will be ascending, and axis equal to 0. That means all the rows. Now we will simply store this sorted data set in a new variable called new data set. And here we are just storing all the values of all sorted data set in the new data set. Now for putting all the for training our neural network, we need to normalize the data. So we'll be doing that using min-max scaling. Min-max scaling is basically you divide. Um, it's like the row of, for example, this is the closing value for. Just a second. For example, 227 is the closing value. Now, if you want to do min-max scaling, you will find the maximum value of this whole closed column and subtract 227 minus the maximum value divided by the minimum value. It would be something like that. So basically, what it will do that all the values will be between 0 and 1. So that it will be very easy for the computer to do all the calculations, and since all the values will be between 0 and 1. So in the next line, we'll be making a train dataset and a validation dataset. So we'll be training our model on the train dataset and then validating that model on the validation dataset. That is a simple definition, but we won't do much of that out here. So for the train dataset, we are taking the first 987 rows of the final dataset, which, as you can see here, till 987 through bit down here. Till this row we are having our training dataset, and the rest we'll use for validation and testing. So here in this new dataset dot drop date, so what we are doing is that we are dropping the date column because that date column was in the string format, and we have already made that date column in the date time format, which can be fed into a neural network. So we'll just dropping that useless column date and then scaling our data from 0 to 1. And scale data is equal to scalar dot fit transform final data set. And this scale data now contains our scale data, and all the values will be between 0 and 1. So now we'll be creating the X train data and Y train data. X will be our all. Okay, so for filling the X train data and Y train data, we'll just using all the values from this train data df, and we'll just convert them into .np.array format so that it is usable for the neural network. Now we'll be reshaping it to the shape of xtrain data comma all of this, which will basically we'll need, because since we need to feed it to the neural network, it needs to have a certain shape, and that is what we are doing. Now we'll be making a LSTM model, that is also a neural network. The full form of LSTM is long short-term memory. So what it means is that the neural network also remembers the past of what has been taught. So basically, it will be just a simple model for. I just created a very bad diagram here. So we will just. This is the first. This is just the first column or first layer of the neural network, you can say. So we will be feeding date and the close column rows in our neural network. So here you can see that lstm.add units is equal to 50. So that means there would be 50 such units. I've just drawn 1, 2, and last one and 50. So all of this, like this data will be going to this, and all till 49 and 50. And this close will also go to all 1, 2 till all the 50 units. Then in the next row, you can also see that lstm.add lstm units is equal to 50. So that means again there are 50 units in the next layer also. So that means that from this there will be from 1 the values will go all in all the 50 units from the first hidden layer to the second hidden layer. and so on. I'm not drawing the whole of it. And the last is LSTM model.add dense one. So we are just adding the last layer, dense one. That means we just want the final numerical value of close. So that will be just one output layer, and all of these would end up giving the final output value of the output value that is close. Now this inputs data is not used anywhere, so I'm not telling much about it. Now we'll be compiling our model. So for that, LSTM model dot compile loss is equal to mean squared error. So mean squared error is basically your prediction minus the actual value whole square. That is a simple formula. So, and it is mostly used. So we'll just simply using mean squared error, and optimizer will be Adam. It is also a very common optimizer, and what it basically does that it gets the best values for your model so that it is able to have good accuracy. And finally, we will fit the model on our training data. So LSTM model.fit xtrain data, which we have already filled here, and ytrain data, and epoch equal to 1. That means it will train only once. We can change this epochs parameter to 10 or 20 so that we get some certain good amount of accuracy. Now we'll take a sample of the dataset to make the prediction and check how our model is working. So for that, we'll be creating a X test list, then converting it into an NP array so that it can be fed into a neural network. And from this, predicted closing price is equal to LSTM model dot predict X test. So you can see that we are using this LSTM model, and dot predict is a function of that model which will predict the values which has been given to this. So we are giving the values X test. And in the next row, predicted closing price is equal to scalar dot inverse transform predicted closing price. So here we have the predicted closing price in the range only of 0 to 1, because we had earlier scaled our data between 0 to 1 so that the calculations would be easy for our computer. So now we to do the inverse of it so that we can analyze it in terms of exact numbers. So that's what we are doing in the 8th line. And we are just here LSTM model.save. We are just saving the model in H5 format for future purposes in case we needed to use in future. Now we'll just analyze the model. And here you can see that we had trained it till somewhere about 2018. And these green lines are the predicted values of our model. And as you can see, they are quite close to the actual values. So that means our model has learned well, and it works nicely. And the code for this is simply that we already had a train data for the first 987 rows. Then the validation data was all the rows after the 987th row, and we will be plotting the train data, which is this blue or purple line, and upon that we will be plotting the validation data which our model is giving. So you can see the prediction of our model is quite good. So that was all, and if you guys have any doubt you can ask me, and it will be all.